and a bit of humor, and not forgetting lots of vibes. Hosted by Carlton Lango, with co-hosts Jacinta Fagan Defo and Trudy Kristen. Jolly's Pharmacy is bringing health and vibes together every Wednesday, so be sure to tune in. Health Vibes every Wednesday on Q95 from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Jolly's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare.
A pleasant good morning to you. It is 21 minutes after the hour of 10 Eastern Caribbean time, and we are so happy to rejoin you for yet another episode of Health Vibes brought to you by the brand you trust the most, Jolly's Pharmacy. It is our first edition for the year 2025, and we are so happy to reconnect with you for yet an amazing episode this morning. My co-host is here this morning. She was off for most of January,
Most
of
of
February, of
December.
December,
Yes.
December. Yes, but you are here this morning. Trudy, good morning.
Yes, Carlton, good morning to you and good morning to the listeners of Health Vibes here on Q95 FM radio. It has been 4 weeks since
Yeah.
I've been on air, and I have definitely missed being on air, Carlton, with you and, of course, interacting with our listeners as we always do. I said to myself, but I'm having what you call it, a Health Vibes GP. I was missing the program, but I'm back here and happy to be back. And it's a new year, 2025. And I look forward, of course, to us doing more great things on the program. And I know all listeners are looking forward to that as well.
Definitely. And we're so happy again to have you back on here. The reviews have been overwhelming in terms of our chemistry, in terms of the balance that we bring to the discussions that we've had throughout the past 2 years that you've been
Yes,
with us.
2 years.
2 years that you've been with us. And again, the show will continue to go on in bigger and better ways.
I said two, it's three actually.
It's 3 years.
3 years,
It's
yes.
3 years. Time runs so quickly,
getting
man.
old.
Wow, wow, wow. Time runs so quickly.
Yes.
And can you imagine? I started health show. Not I started firstly on Career FM in 2013, and then we spent about a year and a half to 2 years there, and then we moved to Vibes. We spent about half of a year at Vibes, almost a year, and then we moved across here. So we may have been with 13, 14, 15, 16. About 2015, we began on QFM, and it's been an awesome journey since we've been on QFM. I started, and then Pearl Fountain Butler was with me for a while, and Jacinta Fagan Defo, who still make appearances from time to time, and then now Trudy Christian. So we've had a very good ride over the years. Trudy, in way of happenings, we are again um, having our sex symposium. We have selected a date for it. I think it is the Thursday of Valentine's week. I think it's that. I'm trying to
Okay.
remember the dates, but it is that. Let me just get to my calendar quickly. February 14th, that is a Friday. And yeah, so it's the 13th, the Thursday.
13th? The
Yes,
Thursday?
yes, the Thursday.
Okay.
We will be having the event, and we've decided to remove fees associated with it. So it's going to be a free event.
Okay.
We should be having it at the UE auditorium
Okay.
on that date, and I expect you to be there for sure, because we are planning something really, really big.
Of course,
So as
Carlton.
time gets, yes.
So are we keeping the rule of 18 and over to
Yes,
attend?
yes, we're
Okay,
keeping the
so
rule.
adults only.
Yes.
And will it be in the evening?
In the evening. It will be in
Okay,
the evening, early evening.
okay,
And yes, it's going to be open. We will be discussing everything to do with sex and sexuality.
right?
And it's going to be a very open dialogue. And we have, as we've said, when we were planning it last year, it was last
Yes.
year, yeah, that we want it to be in such a way that there is high level of maturity, that people will be able to express themselves very openly regarding the matters relating to sex, sexual relations, sexuality, and so forth. We will have some amazing panelists that will
Mm-hmm.
be on there, and we expect it to be very, very fruitful.
Yes, of course. We when we were speaking of it last year, there was a lot of interest,
Yes.
and I hope we can recapture, the interested parties, because I remember people were calling into the program and people were interested and
Yes.
so on. And now it being a free and open event, I'm sure people can get a chance to really come out and learn, and not just learn but explore
True.
topics that possibly would not be spoken about at any other forum,
Mhm.
and it would give them an opportunity to discuss things about sex and sexuality that they've been wanting to for a long time.
Mhm.
So I do think that people will make use of this, and I'm looking forward to it. I will be there. You just once the date and the time is done, Carlton, my calendar will clear out to be
Definitely.
at the Sex Symposium 2025. Carlton, I already see our listeners, our Facebook listeners, logging on the Facebook and the YouTube. And I just want to say good morning to Julie Polidor and Natalie Simon, two of
Mhm.
our listeners who always big us up when they come on to the live of Health
Yes.
Vibes. Hmm.
And Natalie always calls you Judy.
Judy, yes. Trudy.
Judy. Yes. But this morning we today is our day for you to be our teacher, our principal. So you're going to mark us today.
Yes, give us our
Yes.
report card
Yes.
grids.
Give us our
Yes.
report card grades.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So you can call in today and let us know, what were your thoughts on 2024 in terms of the topics that we brought through. And also, maybe you want to suggest new topics for 2025. We always give you that opportunity because it is your show. So we want to make it very inclusive, whereby you can call in and suggest, topics. I received one person sent me one of the topics that they really want us to focus on, which is insomnia.
Insomnia, okay.
Chronic insomnia. People, why so many people having difficulty sleeping. This
Mm-hmm.
person was saying that if they once they get up to urinate, that is it. They just cannot sleep at all. And so that is one of the topics that that someone has raised, and we will definitely look into it. But
Mm-hmm.
again, we're giving you the opportunity. We're giving you the opportunity to call in and suggest topics that you may want to hear discussed in 2025, and at the same time, grade us, create the contents of the show, the quality of the show,
Mm-hmm.
were the topics relevant, were they delivered in a very understandable manner, and what did the shows, what did last year's episode did to you? Did you find ways to modify your general health and wellness to the best of your ability? And so we want you to basically call us and interact with us this
Mm-hmm.
morning. The numbers are 4493095, 4493096, 4493097, 6164257. And of course, you're welcome to join us if you reside outside of Dominica. That number is 305 432 9624.
Mm-hmm.
And we have, I think, one, two callers already
Yes.
get up. So let's hear what they are saying. Good morning to you, caller. Thank you for calling and Happy New Year.
Very happy with you, Carlton, Mr. Carlton Lando, and Julie. That is Alicia Reed of Fongole.
Yes,
Ah,
ma'am. Good
morning. Good
morning.
morning.
Yes, I want to big up the staff at John Megastore every everybody there are wonderful. Like some institution you go to, your face always away, they don't want to answer you, but from the time you enter, like Jolly's mega stuff, Funkole, I don't know for people, but I know for me, the security outside, oh, just everybody. If you cannot find something, security will assist you, the workers, the pharmacy. I just want to tell them, keep on that smile and that customer service there. Hello?
Yes, we're
Yes.
listening. We're hearing you clearly.
Just keep on that customer smile and continue that good service they have at Dolly. Thousand everybody there at that store there. Fongole, they are wonderful. I can't complain.
I
Even
know
the
that.
criminal, Eva Carlisle, they don't know that Alice, oh, I want to give her funds. She's one of them that assists me when I go there. Every time I go there, I telling them, me, I don't coming back now. John is always taking all my money. I said, when I come back, they telling me, you don't say you don't coming back there? And Mr. Tito, oh my God, look a wonderful man. I
Yes.
just want to say, I accept your company 2024, and I'm looking forward 2025 for more customer service from them. They're doing a very good work. And I need a calendar from Jolly's. Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
listening.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. And this is a big fan of Jolly's
Yes.
Mega. And
Always bigs up Jolly
yes.
JP Mega.
Yesterday I worked in Portsmouth and it's the same sentiments, expressed by the Portsmouth people that they're so satisfied with the customer service that is rendered to them by our staff down there.
That's
And
excellent.
that speaks volume for us. It's something that we always appreciate. But we have another caller. Let's take this caller. Good morning to you,
Good
caller.
morning.
Good morning, and how are you
Good
doing
morning.
today?
Happy New Year to you all.
Very same to
Same
you.
to you.
Good morning.
Well, I love shopping at Jolly's. Number one, customer relationship is very important. They tell you how to take your medication. And I like the Jolly's program. I
Thank,
listen to it every Wednesday.
thank you. Is there any topic that you think
So
that you would
you
like
too,
to
so
you'd like us to
Carlton, you and
discuss?
the rest of your staff, enjoy the new year.
Okay.
I love it. Love you all.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. And
Yes.
yes.
Carlton, something else I would, maybe want to hear from our listeners is if there was a particular guest that we had
Mhm.
in 2024 that they would like to see return,
Mhm.
maybe that the conversation, there could still have been more that could have been dealt with, and they would like to see that person come back on Health Vibes to continue whatever it was that was being discussed. So give us an idea if any of our guests
Mhm.
really struck you and you would like to hear more from that person, that health individual that we had on. And also if you want a continuation of
Mhm.
any particular topic. I see one of our listeners on the Facebook Live, Q95 FM's Facebook page, has said mental health
Mhm.
is the topic that they would like to see explored. Of course, we have explored
Mhm.
topics relating to mental health, but this person is indicating that possibly we could do some more on that area. So we take that
We take that note.
suggestion as well. Yes.
Good points. All right. We have a caller. Good morning to you, caller. Happy New Year.
A blessed, prosperous, healthy, and what other years? And productive New Year to you all, Tutti.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you
And
so
Thank you.
much.
my doctor, Jolly. There's one person I can always go to whenever, if he's not there, I will come back. My doctor's on the radio right now. The only person I like. Or Mistress Dover. I will go to Mistress Dover. Or my
Mr.
doctor there.
Thank you.
I'll go to him. I'll call him in his office. I'll go upstairs to his office and I'll go and ask him a question on certain things. And he always readily available to answer anything I would ask him about. So I pray that God give you the help, give you all the help, the life and the strength to continue doing the good work that you are doing. Any program you bring, it's always good for me. You have done your best in 2024. I think you'll do your best in 2025.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you for
Thank you.
everything.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much. Thank you so much, caller. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, I see another caller. Good morning to you, caller. Thanks for calling. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you too.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Happy New Year to you, Trudy.
Thank you, Trudy. Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Carlton. I
Yeah.
don't think I wish you Happy New Year yet.
Thank you, my darling. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
boy.
Good morning to you. Happy New
I
Year.
love all of you.
Thank
All
you
of
so
you.
much.
Especially those in my section. You
I
know
know
my
that.
section.
I know your section. I know your
Happy New Year
section.
to my girl, although I wish her Happy New Year already.
Yes, Miss Braid.
Yes, she knows herself.
Yes.
But I have to say, all you have chosen a set of people to put up jollies. I don't know if only interview everybody in the same line, but they are good.
Thank
No
you.
matter, even though we get little misunderstanding, but nothing bad.
That's it.
Nothing bad.
Thank
And
you.
Gemma, my dear, that's another doctor. That's a doctor for me.
Yes.
If I don't meet Carlton, Gemma is always there.
Yes.
Always. For me, time I reach inside, they will tell me, you want to see Gemma?
That's it.
Mhm.
And she's always willing to come me for a smile.
That's it.
Mhm.
So
Yes. We
I
appreciate
love all
that.
you. Jolly Pharmacy, you all did a lot during 2024. I hope you all will continue in 2025.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Blessings to all of you.
Thank you.
I might not call again. I'm going in the basement to do some laundry, but I'll listen.
All right, my darling. Thanks again. Have a
Thank
good
you.
morning. All right.
Yes. So, Carlton, we have comments coming in once
Yes, I'm seeing
again.
some of them.
I see someone wanting to hear more about diabetes. Of course, for the month of November,
Mhm.
it was Diabetes Awareness Month, and we had quite a few people on. She's saying the young lady that was on about diabetes, it could be maybe the
Right.
type 1, yes, type 1 diabetic that we had on. So this is one suggestion coming in. So we note that as well. More on diabetes. And November was full of that topic, but of course it's very relevant. So I understand, the listener wanting to hear more.
Yes, and I'm seeing someone mentioned as well on depression.
Yes,
And,
the person is saying that we've covered how to treat depression and so on, but more discussion on mental health. They're following through on the mental health topic that was proposed. I see we have another caller, Carlton.
Good morning to you, caller. Thanks for calling. Happy New Year to you.
Yes, good morning. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, sir.
Jolly. I must thank you all for this pharmacy in Portsmouth. Very good move.
Thank you.
I'm really, sometimes I buy my message. I didn't call it she, but I'm very happy for that situation. The other thing is I see it, I'm going to say right. Anyhow, one of the things I want to know, what about the question about vitamins?
So you'd like to
to
see
do
more
with
topic
vitamins.
you'd like to hear a topic on supplements, vitamin supplements,
Supplements, right?
all right, dietary
I know.
supplements.
Is there a situation where people can take more than one vitamin one time? Let us look at, I know you can discuss about sanotogen some time ago. I think I know you have diabetes.
Which one? Diabetes?
Diabetone.
Diabetone.
And you have, I think, Nutrofos.
Yes, Nutrofos.
I can't remember Nutrofos, but should a person take all those vitamins one time?
Okay.
You know?
So you'd like us to discuss that?
I was going to find out about that.
Or you would like to find that out now?
Yeah. What is the situation in terms of, should I take all those type of vitamins one time and also take vitamin B12, B1, diabetes? I really want to know really what's about it. Because sometimes I'm going to ask that question, but I mean, you're not going out already.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And also, I want to wish you the question of your treating people very well. I think it's a very good move. I think you'll continue to come since your father was there, but you come in and you always have customer relations have been very good from your father onward. It continues to you all. Okay?
Thank you,
wish
caller.
you all a happy new year.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. All right. So let me just interject quickly there. Let me take this caller and then I will interject on it regarding his comments. Good morning to you, caller. Thanks for calling. Happy New Year to you.
We lost that
All right. I see
call.
somebody talking about
Yes.
cancer.
Yes.
Mhm. Cancer is broad.
Hmm.
But in reference to the scholar who mentioned about all the supplements that they might be consuming, what we would, because I'm in Roseau, it is not as simplistic to just give you an answer and say you can. What we would want to know is whether you have underlying medical conditions. We want to know if you are currently using medications. And so what I would advise you to do is to maybe work with what you are consuming, what you're taking. Go down to the Portsmouth store. We have a very competent pharmacist there, Mr. John Baptist. Work with your medical book if you do have one, and that he will be able to do the assessment for you and let you know whether you can continue, whether you can take the supplements that you've mentioned, along with what other supplements or medications that you might be taking, regarding factorizing as well underlying medical conditions that you may have. So that's how we normally look at it. It's not just saying, well, you can take this, you cannot take this. We have to look at the entire picture. So that's the advice I would give you. Take everything that you have to the Portsmouth store, speak to Mr. John Baptist, work with your medical book, and that he'll be able to do the assessment for you. Okay.
Hmm.
I see we have a caller. Good morning to you, caller. Thanks for calling. Happy New Year to you.
Hello, morning, Carlton. I'm Judy. Happy New
Good
Year
morning
to
to
you. I
you.
wish
Morning.
you all the best.
Thank
And I
you.
got my prize, Carlton. It's a rare color, but I love it.
Oh, I'm
You know
glad.
what I got? I tell you, a rare color, umbrella.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Now the staff, I mean, there's nothing to complain. You have a wonderful staff at Jolly. That I've been telling you that over and over.
Yes.
It's a wonderful staff you have there. I love my Stella and I love Jem. As for Stella, you understand? Stella and Jem. I mean, I love everybody, but my
Yes.
Stella
Yes.
and Jem on the other side,
Yes.
I love you. Now, I would like the topics were good. Very good. I learned a lot because I'm one that have my book, as I said. I'm
Yes.
taking notes. When something is not going back to my notes to check. Ronald
Yes.
said this. I always check in my notes.
Mm-hmm.
Now I would love that the topic bullying. I would love you all to talk about
Mm.
bullying.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like Lester Guy.
Yes.
Hmm.
I think he to come back on the program. I can
Mm-hmm.
remember the topic he spoke about. Whatever. I don't think it was, but anyway, a topic. I
Hmm.
Yes.
can remember now. So Lester
Lester
Guy
guy.
can be brought back on. And mental health is another topic you can also talk about. Mental health, bullying. Although they are a little connected, but
Mm-hmm.
bullying and mental health.
Hmm.
And I wish you all the best. Eh? Nothing to complain about this stuff. You have a security there, I said already. When it's raining, my umbrella over my head comes
Yes.
out. Once I was so shocked, Carlton, I'm there, it is coming. The guy didn't have an umbrella. Umbrella over my head to take me in. So I look at that anywhere else. So
I
all
know.
that is there. So your staff is a wonderful staff.
Thank you so much, caller. Much appreciated. Happy New Year again. Mhm.
Yes, thank you. We have another caller on the line.
Mhm.
Yes, let's take that call.
Good morning to you, caller. Thanks for calling. Happy New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year to Carlton and Judy.
Thank you so
Thank
I
much.
you.
noticed that you have run out of my special medication.
What's that?
I mean, I bought out the last 6 bottles of my special medication. Was wondering when are you going to get more of the unsalted cashews?
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I think
I
that ran
need
out
that
during
for
the,
my
the
health.
Christmas season. Let me make a note. Yes, the unsalted, the natural one. That's the one I used
Yes,
to.
yes,
Hmm.
that's the one that's prescribed to me by myself.
Mhm.
Take care, take care. Happy New Year, guys.
Thank
To you
you. Same
too.
to you.
All right.
Yes, we have someone else on the line. Yes, caller, good morning.
Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, Carlton.
Good morning to you. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad, thanks, and Happy New
Happy
Year
New Year, sir. Thank
to
you.
you and your co-host.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Carlton, I just want to, I'm calling from Portsmouth.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to speak about the, Jollies in Portsmouth and the staff, complete staff. The service is wonderful, and most times when you go into a place, sometimes if you don't even get what you're looking for, but because the service is so good, you enjoy, but you end up buying something else.
Mm-hmm.
What I love about the staff is more than anything else is that if you're looking for something, or if I am looking for something on the shelf, and I'm lingering, say, about 30 seconds, all of a sudden somebody comes up to me and say, "Can I help you?"
Mm-hmm.
That service is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
The manager is my favorite person in the shop. I mean, she's extremely good. She stands out at the front and she looks around and you're lingering before maybe another staff comes up. She's next to you asking you X, Y, Z.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to say thanks for Jolly's. It was a long wait for it, but it's wonderful. The staffs are good. And but a topic um, you want to discuss, if you can,
Yes.
it's something to do with mental health. It's bipolar.
Bipolar depression.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Bipolar
It is.
disorder.
Although it's a
Mm-hmm.
mental, but it's different. It's
Yes.
different to schizo,
Mm-hmm.
and it's something I've studied a lot. And I mean, it's never knowledge is never too much. Maybe for a lot of people, because a lot of people think that if you're bipolar, um, if you bipolar, you're mad. I mean, it's a mental thing, but it's slightly different. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so if you can have someone to talk about that, that would be wonderful. And apart from that, to everybody, happy New Year, and hats off to the staff at Jolly's.
Thank you
Okay,
so
bye bye.
much,
Have a
caller.
Thank
nice
you.
day.
I appreciate that. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. Thank you so much.
Yes, so bipolar disorder
Mm-hmm.
is being suggested. Someone online is saying the work
Yes.
life
Mm-hmm. Balance.
balance is a
Mm-hmm.
topic that we could consider, finding the balance between work and life. I think that's an interesting
Mm-hmm.
one,
Mm-hmm.
Carlton. And someone else is saying that the cancer topic we can never
Mm-hmm.
overreach there, and the foods that should be eaten for health
Mm-hmm.
instead of taking medicine. So the impact of food in terms of health. So those are some ideas coming through our online audience, our
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, our YouTube listeners here this morning.
Again, the numbers are 4493095, 4493096, 4493097, 6164257. And of course, you can call from overseas. That number is 305-432-9624. These are the numbers. Today is your day to grade Health Vibes. Let us know, how satisfied you've been over the years, particularly 2024. As Trudy said, some of the past guests that you believe that we can bring back on. I know when we had Dr. Natasha
Yes,
Esprit
Maxime.
Max, yes,
Maxime Esprit.
she was, she was one that people really gravitated to.
Mm-hmm.
Both talking about your area,
Mm-hmm.
yes, um,
She spoke about
PCOS,
PCOS a
yes,
bit,
yes,
but we had her on talking
and
about
diabetes.
diabetes as
Mm-hmm,
well.
mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm. So she was, yes, that was a guest, a memorable guest, I would
mm-hmm,
say. We had quite a few guests in 2024.
mm-hmm.
I remember we had a focus once on dental
Yes,
health as well.
yes.
We had
Dr. John.
Dr. John
Mm-hmm.
on, and we also had once some people from the HIV AIDS prevention
Mm-hmm.
unit on as well. We had quite a few. We had quite a few. Carlton, you see, right now I'm even mixing up the years in my mind
I
because
know.
I remember once we had Pastor
Yes,
Dolph
yes,
on as well.
yes,
And I'm trying to think if this was 2024,
yes, yeah.
talking about death and
Mm-hmm.
dying and that grief and that type
Right.
of stuff. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So
We
we
had pastor, and as on pastors, we also had Pastor Randy and
hmm
Father Shillingford,
hmm
and they was talking about the power of forgiveness.
yes,
So
yes,
you
yes.
recognize we've tackled so many, both psychosocial,
hmm
physical health. But
hmm
one of the areas I really want us to focus on this year, though Sean, is we now have a vascular surgeon,
hmm
Dr. Abel, and if we can really get her on, because now she's doing a lot of work in chronic wound management,
hmm
and it's linked to vascular disease.
hmm
So and deep vein thrombosis and so
Okay.
forth. So these are areas too that we've not maybe explored deep.
No.
So now that we have an expert doctor on island. Maybe we
Mhm.
can try to get her on
Mhm.
to maybe focus a little on that sometime this year too.
Mhm. Someone is suggesting Dr. Ricketts. We had on Dr. Hazel Schillingford Ricketts as it related to diabetic retinopathy. So someone is saying, is mentioning her. Also, one of the areas that, are always relevant as well. So we did have quite a few people on. But as I'm saying now, the years are mixing up in my mind. I'm remembering our guests and I'm saying, but was that 2024? Was that 2023 or 2022? I don't even, recall. But if our listeners do recall, a show or a topic that they would like to hear more about, now is your opportunity to let us know. And if you have a new idea, something that we have not discussed, but you've been really wanting to hear that discussed on Health Vibes, now is the opportunity to let us know.
And we have a caller right now. Yes, good morning to you, caller. Thanks for calling.
Hello, Carlton.
Yes,
Yeah,
good
again.
morning.
We also had Dr. Johnson on. He was talking about the common cold and
Yes.
different things to take and coughing and,
Mhm.
that whole thing there. He was very good too.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, Dr. Johnson.
Yes, we did have Dr. Johnson on. So, and I mean a relevant topic now. Now it's flu season. Everybody, including me,
Yes.
struggling with this flu virus. Well, I'm saying it's a flu virus. Something that is really striking me, Carlton, is when we, as someone who had worked previously in the health information unit, and I know about surveillance, which I know, there's a national public health surveillance and response team, and you talk about outbreaks. You do your tracing, but I haven't heard, what is this? What particular virus are we dealing with in this season? Everybody's talking about a bad flu,
Yes.
but I haven't heard, directly. Influenza strain? Are we dealing with a coronavirus strain? What is it exactly? But everybody is talking about this flu and this coughing and coughing and coughing. I everywhere that I go, people are talking about this long-term coughing that they're experiencing as a result of having had a respiratory infection that we calling it a flu. So I would really like to know, me personally, from the health, the people in the health sector, what is it that we're dealing with, or what is it that we're seeing? I passed through Martinique recently. I heard about dengue is trouble in Martinique. There were announcements on the airline, safeguard yourself against mosquito bites. Are we seeing that in Dominica? Are we seeing a dengue? So there's certain things as it relates to disease outbreaks that I would really like spoken about here on Health Vibes, or just alerting our general population of what exactly are we dealing with. So that's my personal want as the co-host of Health Vibes for some discussion from the Ministry of Health on our disease outbreaks and specifics. What are we dealing with? What are the numbers? What are we facing?
Makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
I agree 100%. Let's take this caller. Good morning to you, caller. Thanks for calling.
Cousin, I just heard you mention it. Deep in.
From
From
BOSIS. Yes.
Yeah. I would really like somebody to really talk on that about that.
Yes.
Because we really hear that, and that thing, it looks like it's a killer. What really causing that? And what we should do or shouldn't do to prevent us getting a lot of people getting that, and it's a killer.
Yes. So yes, we have it done,
because-
and that's why we now have an expert on island, Dr. Abel, who is the doctor that really deals with this type of thing. So we would try to really see if we can reach out to her and have her on very soon.
Yeah, because if it's something we're eating, we should stop eating it. If it's something we're drinking, we should stop drinking it. Or we should do more exercise for our feet and our bodies. So what something, because to me that thing, before a person gets it, then a person dies. Or they have to be on blood thinner for a number of years, maybe all the rest of their life. So it's blood clot, our blood clotting too much. So what should we do to have a thin blood? Drink a lot of ginger tea, drink a lot of turmeric. What? Need to know. Bye-bye.
Good.
That's a good point. Thank you, caller.
Yeah, especially the blood clots. We've had lots of people with blood clots over
Mhm.
the past 2 years, and
Mhm.
we've had many sudden deaths as well
Due to
associated with
blood
him.
clots. But we had
Mhm.
on Dr. Michael Reef, who is a cardiologist,
Mhm.
new cardiologist here on island. He's based at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital. We had him on as well.
Mhm.
That came up, but of course, it was a broad topic on
Mhm.
cardiovascular health.
Mhm.
So we could really zone in, with the vascular surgeon, with a cardiologist on the topic of blood clots, and the what we're seeing once again, because we have a lot of evidence people talk, a lot of people
Mhm.
are dealing with that, but I would like to hear from the health people,
And propaganda too.
Yes, I'd like to hear from the health people, what exactly are we seeing, and what are the possible causes
Mhm.
of what we're seeing. So that's a good topic.
Mhm. Good morning to you, caller. Thanks for calling. Happy New Year.
Good morning, Carlton. Happy New Year to you
Good.
and your guest,
Good morning, my
or your
co-host.
co-host, rather.
Yes.
Many years ago, first of all, thanks for the good job you're doing. Your program is excellent, very informative and educational.
Thank you.
Many years ago, you had a herbal program
Mm-hmm.
where we were talking about just what our grandmothers used to do,
I remember that. We had two shows like
different things,
yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
I was telling you all we need to document these things, which I asked you to write a book, but I guess you haven't done it. But if you could have a program like that again,
Yes.
please.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes, and we even had Sister
yes.
Nats on once.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, on that
Say that
topic.
again?
I said we had Sister Nats on
Mhm.
that topic.
Yes, but
Mhm.
this program wasn't with some guests.
Oh, it was
Yes,
just we were just
talking about-
discussing.
Mhm.
Okay.
I remember that.
In,
Yes.
you know,
The things that we
island-wide,
grew
and
up.
they say
Mhm,
what your
mhm.
grandmother used to do, what you
Uh-huh.
learned from this, what this helped, what that helped.
Yes.
Yes.
Just looking at a different perspective,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I like that.
please.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
caller. Thank
Yes,
you.
that's true, Carlton. We
Yes,
did do that.
mhm,
And
so
then,
somebody's-
yes, later on, we did have Sister Nats kind
Mhm.
of doing something slightly different but
Yes.
related. But yes, I remember the day when we just had that, what used to happen back in the
Mhm,
day, even
mhm.
talking about what people used to do for boils and soft candle
Mhm.
and this and that. And yeah, I remember that show.
Yes,
Definitely.
that was a very popular show that day. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning to you, caller. Thanks for calling. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, same to you. I call back again.
Yes.
No, and what something I noticed in nowadays a lot of stroke. People getting a lot of stroke, and young people too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stroke and a lot of blood clots.
Mm-hmm.
And when you watch sometimes, people's it is getting black. I wonder what is the problem. I
Circulation.
need all to deal with that for this coming new year. And all the program was very inspirational.
Okay.
I'm telling
Thank you.
All
All right.
doing very good job. And all workers, customer relationship on point.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Imagine I have a network in my volume. You know what I'm
Yes.
talking about. And people calling me, giving me feedback about her. Because Mr. Murphy, that
Yes.
line,
Yes.
he called on Maggie's appointment no, he called on Maggie's thing for his medication online. And she that take it, and when she come, she deal with him, talk to him. I went to the market. After people meeting me and telling me, yeah, let's work in my jollies. I say, yes, he said, boy, that girl is very good. That is Mika, yeah?
Yes.
And he's telling me all about Mika. And beside Mika, all of the workers, they are good,
Yeah.
Because
Thank you. Yes.
That one that was not that nice with people. I like what I'm telling her straight. I don't like her attitude and so. When it comes for customer relationship, you have to have that. And since I come there, Carlton, I'm the child mother. She hugging me, she talking nice to me, and she doing her job now, good. So it's just sometimes you have a little problem, you come out at home and you come work and you get a little stressed out in home, you get more stress. So I can blame this. So we have a lot to deal with this year, 2025.
Thank you, caller.
So take care of all yourself
Thank you.
and enjoy the rest of all the new year.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So she
Bye.
mentioned poor blood circulation.
Yes,
So, all right. So we
poor
have
blood
that down.
circulation,
All right.
strokes, blood clots, all in the same, same
Mhm,
vein. So that
mhm.
is a, definite topic because we're
Mhm.
getting it from different angles, what people want to hear about.
Somebody's suggesting quality customer
Yeah.
service do and don'ts.
But hell vibes though.
Yes.
So I see I see I see some of our listeners, they want us to dive into alternate realms, but
Mhm.
we want to stick with our health and health, mental, psychological, well, mental, physical,
Mhm. Spiritual.
social health,
Mhm.
spiritual health. Yes, those are the kind of areas that we would deal with on Health Vibes.
Definitely.
Hmm.
So, what we're going to do now, we're going to take a short break and then we will resume again. Today is your day to grade us on the year 2024. Let us know what were your thoughts on previous shows that were discussed and the new shows that you intend for us to explore in 2025. We're going to be back very shortly.
Oh, and if the fake convenience could make a big difference, then you can trust me. I know just where you should be. That is JP Mega, 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 Mega. Your one-stop shopping, Dominica, nigga, 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 nigga. You could be shopping and having fun with your daughter or with your son. We cater to everyone. What a happy place, happy place. Oh, JP Mega, 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 Mega. Your one-stop shopping, Dominica, nigga, 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 nigga. You could be shopping and having fun. Bring Papa and Mama along. We get that to everyone. What a happy place, happy place. Oh, what a happy place. But just 6 or more of any item and you automatically qualify for a discount. Check us out at the Mega Store in Funkole where there's lots of parking on Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. JP Mega, the best family shopping experience.
Woke up this morning feeling resting. I had temptations to call it string, but I end up in Jolly's pharmacy. And down in the street, at least fix up my immune system. Got me feeling fit and strong. Now I'm ready to work and take on any mission. If you see me again, Jolly's pharmacy is number one. Jolly's for you. We cater for everyone. Jolly's for you. Boost up the immune system. Jolly's for you. Yeah. Yo, Dominic is the white water box. Whenever I'm in town and I'm feeling down, I head to Jolly's Pharmacy. They boost me up real quick. Jolly's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare.
Who say health cannot have vibes? Well, Jolly's Pharmacy is proving you otherwise. With Health Vibes, every Wednesday morning on Q95 from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Health Vibes, education, information, and a bit of humor. And not forgetting lots of vibes. Hosted by Carlton Langdo, with co-hosts Jacinta Fagan Defoe and Trudy Kristen. Jolly's Pharmacy is bringing health and vibes together every Wednesday, so be sure to tune in. Health Vibes every Wednesday on Q95 from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Jolly's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare.
Woke up this morning feeling resting. I had temptations to call it string, but I end up in Jolly's Pharmacy. And down in the street, Jolly's fix up my immune system. Got me feeling fit and strong. Now I'm ready to work and take on any mission. If you see me again, Jolly's Pharmacy is number one. Jolly's for you. We cater for everyone. Jolly's for you. Boost up the immune system. Jolly's for you. Yeah. Yo, Dominic is the white water box. Whenever I'm in town and I'm feeling down, I head to Jolly's Pharmacy. They boost me up real quick. Jolly's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare.
Who say health cannot have vibes? Well, Jolly's Pharmacy is proving you otherwise. With Health Vibes, every Wednesday morning on Q95 from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Health Vibes, education, information, and a bit of humor. And not forgetting lots of vibes. Hosted by Carlton Langdo, with co-hosts Jacinta Fagan Defoe and Trudy Kristen. Jolly's Pharmacy is bringing health and vibes together every Wednesday, so be sure to tune in. Health Vibes every Wednesday on Q95 from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Jolly's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare.
So we're back with you, and we are in the year 2025. I'm just remembering, in the days of primary school, when a new year came, you would still be writing the old year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing much of that happening now. It seems
Well,
like since we get into the 20s, yeah, we don't make that error as such.
I've seen it,
You see
Carlton,
it?
at work, but I
Mm.
haven't made it
And
myself. But I've seen it
yes,
wrong, the wrong date on a check,
yes.
and yeah, 24, and having to cross it and initial it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've seen it, but it's not as frequently
No, like
done as
before. Yeah,
before.
that's true.
Before you would be writing the previous year all
Yes,
through maybe February.
that's true.
Yeah.
No, Trudy, we spoke earlier on in the when the year just began, and I was saying to you that when 2025 came, I've never been a person that ushered the new year in a party or fete. Or that's just me. I always try to take the new year in a very conscientious manner, where I can, be with my family and really be in a state of gratitude, but reflection at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the declarations that I made for 2025 is that it's going to be my year of rewards. From a spiritual standpoint, my year of rewards. And when I look at it, it's not merely just physical rewards, like somebody giving me something, but spiritual and emotional rewards as well. And I said, oftentimes New Year's come and we make resolutions for true, but how many of us make affirmations where we can declare something over our lives and make it sort of empower us to be better versions of ourselves, to be more conscientious about the way we treat others, um, our responsibility in giving back even to humanity,
Mm-hmm.
and not recognizing that everything has to be a money value, but sometimes recognize that the gifts that we have, sometimes and oftentimes we have to share it. And I know you do a lot of that too. You have to share it. You may have a skill, you may have a talent, and sometimes you really have to share that, and that's how you really get rewards back. Sometimes even when you least expect, the rewards come. And so that's the declaration that I've made
Mm-hmm.
for my life in 2025. It's going to be my year of rewards,
Nice.
and at the same time too, it has propelled me to really even give more to people and to my community and to Dominica, on a whole.
Mm-hmm. I like that, Carlton. And I definitely wish you the best with that affirmation that you've made. And often when we speak things, they come into existence. They say, there's great power in the tongue and what you
Yes.
say. And so I like the fact that you're affirming that for your year and over your life. I have an interesting take this year, Carlton. Sometimes we tend to glorify, oh, I would maybe say, just sticking to something for sticking to its sake.
Mhm.
I feel like this is my year of knowing when to transition, change, move, you
Mhm.
know. And that is something that a lot of people
That's a very
don't
good one.
like to accept.
Mhm.
People like to, and it can be, and I'm speaking very broadly, it can be relationship wise, it can
Mhm.
be professional, it can be, in terms of, where you spend your time, whatever it may be. But often people think that's what I am doing, or that's who I'm with, or that's who I am, and I have to stick with that boy. And there is value to longevity and to sticking to things, but there's also value in knowing when to gracefully bow out. It's
Mhm.
interesting that we recently saw the resignation of
Of
two
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 leaders,
leaders.
yes, Canada and
Yes,
Trinidad.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. And it just kind of drives in for me this thing. You look at circumstances, and sometimes you say it's the best bet. to pivot to something new. So it's often I think we have something about giving up. Never give up, people say, but sometimes you have to pivot. That's how I want to. You're not giving up, but you may be pivoting to something else, something that might be better. And I was struck with this last year, and I want to really zone in on it for this year, and very early in this year already, in something which I'm organizing. As people know, I do the intersecondary schools debating competition, and I had some challenges early on with certain schools not being ready and so on. And sometimes you want to stick to what you already had planned. You want to stick.
Yes.
That is your plan. That is what you know you're doing. You're doing it so all the time, and it's so. But sometimes you have to look at circumstances and say, boy, I need to change something this time, or I need to be pliable. I need to be flexible. I need to, and that is what I had to do. And I'm saying for 2025, I see it as a year of knowing better when to do that, when to change your routes, when to flex, when to do something different, because you never know. In doing something different, you might find more satisfaction, you might find more success, you might feel happier as well. But if you don't try, you'll never know if some change could have benefited you. So I think by 2025 is off to an interesting start in that regard, and I see it as my theme for the year. I often try to in the year, another theme I have is always focusing on health, which I do have for this year. And I really want to, where I have fallen off, particularly in terms of physical activity, exercising regularly, I really want to grasp that again and regain control of that aspect of my life. But the other aspect of knowing when to, there's a popular song, Carlton, if I could just remember it, but knowing when to fold, knowing when to fold and knowing when to, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Know when to walk away, right? Right. That I think for me is critical in 2025. Yes, it's the Gambler. The producer has given us the name of the song, the Gambler. Yes, knowing when to fold.
And even listening to you, that's inspirational too, because even at times you find that, especially if you're a very generous person, that it's difficult for you to say no. No to family members or no to a friend that I can't help you this time. And sometimes you're afraid that you may become not a nice person because you said no. So all along, someone wants money, someone wants you to assist them with something, and you're doing it, and you're doing it all the time. And that one day that you said, listen, I really can't do this, and the person gets upset with you, and then you trying to avoid that situation. And so I like the point that because it speaks of self control and self confidence, that you have that confidence in your decisions and the decisions that you're going to make, that is going to improve your general health and wellness. It's like similar. It's like I've been with Jollies for now 15 years. And someone might say, I might one day say, you know what, I'm packing up and saying goodbye to that chapter of my life. And someone might say, man, this guy had a good job and he just left it, and now he's there doing this thing and so forth. We've seen people do that in careers too.
Yes.
They were on top of the game, and then they just said, it's time for me to change into something.
Because you never know. Someone is in a situation professionally where you may think that they have it all going on, but fulfillment wise, they don't get that. And so the person might make a change for fulfillment, not necessarily for pay, or not necessarily for stature or but just for general fulfillment, and I feel like we can accept that more. I personally want to be more accepting of that in my current position. I get resignations from people all the time, and so I have to accept, well, this person might want to move on for their personal fulfillment. It's not a something you hold against a person because they want to move on. Moving on is sometimes
It's part of
inevitable.
life.
It's part of
Yes,
life. But
yes.
I know some of us have difficulty accepting the need to move on. We want to hold a thing and squeeze it, and it's not working. But we there, man, and we hold it. And as I said, that can apply to relationships too.
Very
That
true.
can apply to romantic
Yeah,
relationships,
you're not throwing,
friendships.
you're
Yes,
just there.
and you hold in, and it's because if you another thing, Carlton, people feel like changing or leaving situations or pivoting is a sign of failure. That is, I think, culturally, people think
Yeah,
if you
that's true.
leave a thing, you have failed. And that could be the furthest from the truth. You could leave a thing, and that could be the biggest success of your life. You know what I mean? But oftentimes, especially I think maybe older generations, I notice younger people have no qualms
trust me.
about
That's it.
yes.
That's it.
Younger people have no hesitation in packing up and moving on. But yes, but older people tend to think, boy, it's like you failed, man, if you end up leaving that situation, or you fail as a failure. But it's just a different way of looking at things. And I've seen younger people make certain moves, and I say, there's really a difference in mindset in the generations that we
Very
have.
true.
I see we have somebody calling,
Yes, I
Carlton.
see that.
Let's see if we.
Feel free to call back.
Yeah, I think we missed.
Yes. Good morning
Okay.
to you, caller. Thanks for calling. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year,
Hello.
caller. Good morning.
Hey, Carlton, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing quite well. Good morning.
Yeah. Another often caller, but I listen every Wednesday.
Yes.
I love your programs. I love everything, But the one thing I have a problem with you about is a while now. You have to learn to pronounce that number 3 properly.
The what?
So come on, number 14 and 3. That is that. Get over that, Carlton. Like your thing.
Pronounce the number 3. 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
You check $14. If only size 13. I never go to secondary school. But I teach myself.
Okay, well, thanks for the correction.
Yeah, that. So I was called at the end of the year again to see how good you.
13.
I read the program. Everything is great,
Okay.
Thank you, Carlton. I'm listening to your number 3.
All right. Have a good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
So that's the teacher on the number 3. Yes, Carlton. But yeah, it's as I was saying, it's different mindsets, and I see more bravery, maybe I would say, in the younger generation as it relates to that. But sometimes it's time to make a change, and sometimes it's time to wait it out. You just have to know. So my thing for 2025 is just knowing when to, as I said, when to fold, when to fold. When is it the best time to fold?
I like that. So it is now 11:18. We are going to take a short break again, and then we will just conclude today's episode, as it was really an opportunity to get some feedback from you. We've gotten quite a number of topics here, and hopefully 2025 will be one that is going to be quite rewarding in terms of the information that we will give to you. Let's take a quick break.
Oh, and if the convenience could make a big difference, then you can trust me and know just where you should be. That is JP Mega. Your one-stop shopping, Dominica, nigga. You could be shopping and having fun with your daughter or with your son. We cater to everyone. What a happy place. Oh, JP Mega. Your one-stop shopping, Dominica, nigga. You could be shopping and having fun. Bring Papa and Mama along. We cater to everyone. What a happy place. What a happy place. But just 6 or more any item and you automatically qualify for a discount. Check us out at the Mega Store in Funkole, where there's lots of parking on Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. JP Mega, the
best family shopping experience.
I woke up this morning feeling resting. I had temptations to call it sick, but I end up in Jolly's Pharmacy. And down in the street, at least fix up my immune system. Got me feeling fit and strong, now I'm ready to work and take on any mission. If you see me again, Jolly's Pharmacy is number one, Jolly's again. We cater for everyone, Jolly's again. Boost up the immune system, Jolly's again. Yeah, Dominic is the white water box. Whenever I'm in town and I'm feeling down, I head to Johnny's Pharmacy. They boost me up real quick. Johnny's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare.
Who say health cannot have vibes? Well, Jolly's Pharmacy is proving you otherwise. With Health Vibes, every Wednesday morning on Q95 from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Health Vibes, education, information, and a bit of humor. And not forgetting lots of vibes. Hosted by Carlton Lango with co-hosts Jacinta Fagan Defoe and Trudy Kristen. Jolly's Pharmacy is bringing health and vibes together every Wednesday, so be sure to tune in. Health Vibes every Wednesday on Q95 from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Jolly's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare.
Oh, and if they say convenience could make a big difference, then you can trust me. I know just where you should be. That is JP Mega. The one-stop shopping, Dominica, nigga. You could be shopping and having fun with your daughter or with your son. Get out to everyone. What a happy place. Oh, JP Mega. The one-stop shopping, Dominica, nigga. You could be shopping and having fun. Bring Papa and Mama along. We get out to everyone. What a happy place. Oh, what a happy place. Purchase 6 or more of any item and you automatically qualify for a discount. Check us out at the Mega Store in Funkole where there's lots of parking on Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. JP Mega, the best family shopping experience. Who say health cannot have vibes? Well, Jolly's Pharmacy is proving you otherwise. With Health Vibes, every Wednesday morning on Q95 from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Health Vibes, education, information, and a bit of humor. And not forgetting lots of vibes. Hosted by Carlton Lango with co-hosts Jacinta Fagan Defoe and Trudy Kristen. Jolly's Pharmacy is bringing health and vibes together every Wednesday, so be sure to tune in. Health Vibes every Wednesday on Q95 from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Jolly's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare. Oh, and if they say convenience could make a big difference, then you can trust me. I know just where you should be. That is JP Mega. The one-stop shopping, Dominica, nigga. You could be shopping and having fun with your daughter or with your son. Get out to everyone. What a happy place. Oh, JP Mega. The one-stop shopping, Dominica, nigga. You could be shopping and having fun. Bring Papa and Mama along. We get out to everyone. What a happy place. Oh, what a happy place. Purchase 6 or more of any item and you automatically qualify for a discount. Check us out at the Mega Store in Funkole where there's lots of parking on Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. JP Mega, the best family shopping experience.
I woke up this morning feeling resting. I had temptations to call it sick, but I end up in Jolly's Pharmacy. And down in the street, at least fix up my immune system. Me feeling fit and strong, now I'm ready to work and take on any mission. If you see me again, Jolly's Pharmacy is number one, Jolly's again. We cater for everyone, Jolly's again. Boost up the immune system, Jolly's again. Yeah, Dominic is the white water box. Whenever I'm in town and I'm feeling down, I head to Johnny's Pharmacy. They boost me up real quick. Johnny's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare.
Who say health cannot have vibes? Well, Jolly's Pharmacy is proving you otherwise. With Health Vibes, every Wednesday morning on Q95 from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Health Vibes, education, information, and a bit of humor, and not forgetting lots of vibes. Hosted by Carlton Lango with co-hosts Jacinta Fagan Defo and Trudy Kristen. Jolly's Pharmacy is bringing health and vibes together every Wednesday, so be sure to tune in. Health Vibes every Wednesday on Q95 from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Jolly's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare.
So we're back with you. It's now 11:25. We have just about 5 more minutes with you today on today's episode of Health Vibes. And so far, we've gotten some good feedback from you, the public who listen every week. And we've gotten some good topics. We've had insomnia, mental health, bipolar disorder, dietary supplements, cancer, work life balance, bullying, vascular diseases. That would include DVT, chronic wound care. We had disease outbreak information readily available. We had blood clots, herbal show, talk on herbal medicine, blood circulation, poor blood circulation, healing properties of nature, obesity. These are some topics that were raised today on this show, and we intend to really bring to you a pack 2025 with more informative guests, experts on various fields and specialized areas. We will try our best to make this show as informative as previous years. Information changes all the time, and so we try to bring relevant, up to date information to you as well. And so we we are in this. We're in this together, and we anticipate that 2025 is going to be an awesome year for Health Vibes. Next week we will be bringing to you an actual topic. So next week we'll be on with our regular broadcast where we'll bring to you a topic of relevance to start off formally 2025. We do hope that you will certainly be tuned. And as one of our callers says, have your notebook
Yes,
and take your notes.
right. And what I wish for 2025 and for our listeners to do more of is share the program
Yes.
with people, because you see, the thing about health information, as I always say, it could be so important to someone. It could be life saving for someone. You never know. So, we like to share Ruru, we like to share Beth, we like to share Scandal. I really wish that in 2025 we can share some of our educational programs. We have something maybe on Health Vibes to do with if we get our vascular surgeon on here, and you really want people to know about it. You tell your friends, on Health Vibes, this is what they're going to have. Tune in on Wednesday morning at 10:15 a.m. And that is a topic that could definitely change your life or could change how you manage your health, and therefore maybe even extend your life. You never know. So I really want the listeners to make it their priority, or make it their duty. That's a better word, their duty, to share the show with someone who may not be aware of the program and who may not have listened before, and to help us in reaching even more people. Of course, Carlton, we reach a lot of people already, but we
That's
can
true.
always reach more.
Of course.
There are people who
Yes.
call us. There are people who silently listen and don't call. There are people who take a look after the show is done on the social media platforms of Q95 FM. So we do reach a broad base of people. I met someone over the holidays at AC Shillingford one of these evenings, and the person said that she listens all the time. This is someone I've never heard call or anything like that, but she listens all the time, and she likes the rapport, Carlton, between you and I. So I was very surprised, because this particular lady, and she works in the mornings. I guess there are people who at their workplace may have on the show
Yes.
and are listening to Health Vibes. But of course, we always want to try to reach as many people as possible. So assist us in doing that in 2025 by sharing the good news about Health Vibes with a friend, with a family member, with a colleague. And we would definitely appreciate expanding that reach this year.
Definitely, that is so good. Let me take as I close. Let me take this opportunity to really thank the business and professional women, BPW Dominica, for presenting me an award last week in recognition, as I said, to my exceptional contribution and dedication to excellence. They were paying homage to, I think, 10 or 12 men
Okay.
throughout Dominica. I know people like Billy Doctor was a recipient. There was this Mr. Paul Green from Green's Wholesale. Greens is a recipient as well. I know this agronomist, Dr. Yes, Lux, Minister of Agriculture. Just can't remember his name right now, but quite a number of men were recognized. And so I really want to take the opportunity to really thank the business and professional women, BPW Dominique, for this award. And again, it's my year of rewards.
Yes,
And it's my
yes.
first award. It's my first award for this
For the year.
And so I truly want to thank them for recognizing the work that I do.
Congratulations to you, Carlton, on that. And I know it is the first for the year, but not the last for sure. And your year of rewards will reap some great rewards. I am pretty sure of that. I just want to, Carlton, before we close, though, just acknowledge some of our online viewers once again who kind of chimed in a bit late. Ivinia Joseph, I see, reaching out here saying that she's present this morning and Happy New Year. And some of our others, who have Hazel and Anthony, who is always on with us as well. So just good morning once again to you guys and Happy New Year, our Facebook and YouTube viewers.
Definitely. And we really want to thank all of you for always staying tuned with us and looking on social media and interacting with us as well. And even with this, you can share and share and share. Share the live, share the live, share the live. Put it on your Facebook page so that others can actually see and hear the different topics that we bring each week to you.
Yes.
So, Trudy, we are just about
out of time.
At this time. We want to say to you, Happy New Year again. And we are excited about 2025 and the many topics that we're going to bring to you in 2025. As always, your health is indeed your greatest resource. Preserve it. Have a good morning, everybody, and continue to take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, and if they say convenience could make a big difference, then you can trust me.